Welcome to the jungle, it's Mayan time, Belize, tiny country, big history, let's rewind. Way back, like first millennium AD back, see that? Mayan civilization. They were all over Belize, building cities, farming, worshipping jaguar gods, intense stuff. They peaked around 900 AD, then things went south. Drought, warfare, who knows? By the time Columbus sailed by in 1502, the Mayans were mostly gone. But their legacy, still here, in the ruins and the mysteries. So Columbus, the man, the myth, the legend, often hailed as the great discoverer of the New World. But let's be real here. He wasn't exactly a discoverer in the purest sense, more like a guy who stumbled upon something that was already there and decided to claim it. Imagine walking into a fully furnished house and declaring, "Hey, free real estate." That's pretty much what Columbus did. He set sail across the Atlantic not for the love of exploration, but driven by the promise of wealth and glory. His voyages were meticulously documented, and he had maps that charted his ambitious routes. But the truth is, he was more of an opportunist than an explorer. When he arrived in the Americas, it wasn't an empty land waiting to be discovered. It was already inhabited by indigenous peoples with rich cultures and histories. Columbus and his crew saw it as a land of opportunity, ripe for the taking. They were like, "Hey, free real estate," and started claiming territories left and right. One of the places Columbus claimed for Spain was Belize, but the Spanish crown wasn't really interested in the scenic beauty or the lush landscapes. They had their eyes on something far more lucrative: gold. The Spanish were obsessed with it. They scoured the New World, driven by tales of cities paved with gold and treasures beyond imagination. Their expeditions were relentless, and they amassed vast amounts of wealth, often at the expense of the native populations. Enter the British. By the 17th century, they had their own ambitions. They saw the New World as a land of endless possibilities and wanted a piece of the action. They weren't just going to sit back and let Spain have all the fun. The British started to establish their own colonies and settlements. They were strategic and methodical, mapping out territories and setting up trade routes. They wanted in on this whole New World thing, and they were determined to make their mark. In Belize, they found something that caught their eye: mahogany. This dense, durable wood was perfect for building ships and making high-quality furniture. The British began logging mahogany extensively, turning it into a profitable trade. Mahogany became like gold to them. It was highly sought after in Europe, and the British craftsmen turned it into exquisite furniture that adorned the homes of the wealthy. The trade in mahogany flourished, and it became a cornerstone of the British colonial economy in Belize. But there was a problem. Spain still claimed ownership of Belize. They had the documents and the historical claims to back it up. The Spanish weren't about to let the British encroach on what they considered their territory. This led to centuries of conflict. Battles were fought, treaties were signed, and then more battles ensued. It was a constant back and forth, with neither side willing to give up. The struggle for control over Belize was intense and lasted for generations, and so, the story of Belize became one of resilience and determination, shaped by the ambitions of empires and the enduring spirit of its people. Would you believe it? We're British now. 1798, big year. This was the year that would change the course of history for Belize. The British and the Spanish had been eyeing this lush, resource-rich land for years, and tensions were at an all-time high. The Battle of St. George's Caye, a pivotal moment. This wasn't just any skirmish. It was a full-blown naval battle that would determine the fate of the region. British Navy versus Spanish fleet. The stakes were high, and both sides knew that victory would mean control over the valuable mahogany trade. It was like a scene out of Pirates of the Caribbean, but with less eyeliner. The British won. Their superior naval tactics and firepower overwhelmed the Spanish fleet, securing a decisive victory, and finally officially, Belize was theirs. The Union Jack was raised, and the British laid claim to the territory, marking the beginning of a new era. They called it British Honduras. Catchy, right? They kept logging and logging, the mahogany trade boomed, and the British exploited the rich forests to their fullest extent, and, yeah, you get the idea. But things were changing. The relentless logging took its toll on the environment, and the local population began to feel the strain of colonial rule. The people of Belize wanted more say, more freedom. They were tired of being mere pawns in the colonial game and started to demand greater autonomy and rights. And frankly, less humidity from all those darned hats the Brits insisted on wearing. The winds of change were blowing, and the people of Belize were ready to chart their own course. Section 4, 1981, Belize Be Independent. Fast forward to the 20th century. The independence movement was in full swing, think rallies, protests, very passionate speeches. Finally, in 1981, Belize got what it had fought for. Independence. No more British rule. They even got a new name. Goodbye, British Honduras. Hello, Belize! There was a lot of celebrating, music, dancing, probably some very strong rum punch. It was a new era for the little country that could. Section 5, Belize, today sun, sand, and some seriously good vibes. So what's Belize up to now? Well, for one, tourism. This small but vibrant country has become a hotspot for travelers from all over the world. With its stunning natural beauty and rich cultural heritage, Belize offers a unique blend of experiences that cater to all kinds of tourists. Whether you're an adventure seeker, a history buff, or someone looking to relax by the beach, Belize has something for everyone. And who can blame them? Beaches? Check. Rainforests? Check. Mayan ruins? Double check. Imagine waking up to the sound of waves crashing on the shore, spending your day exploring ancient Mayan cities, and then winding down with a hike through lush rainforests. It's like a dream come true for nature lovers and history enthusiasts alike. They've also got this whole ecotourism thing going on, protecting the rainforest, saving the coral reefs, that kind of thing, good for the planet. Belize is making significant strides in environmental conservation, ensuring that its natural wonders are preserved for future generations. Ecotourism not only helps in protecting the environment but also educates visitors about the importance of sustainability. Good for business. Win-win. Sustainable tourism is becoming a major part of Belize's economy. Many businesses are adopting eco-friendly practices, from using renewable energy sources to minimizing waste. This not only attracts environmentally conscious tourists, but also sets a positive example for other countries to follow. Belize today is a mix of old and new. The country is modernizing rapidly, with new infrastructure and amenities popping up everywhere, yet it still holds on to its rich cultural heritage. You can see this blend in the architecture, where modern buildings stand alongside traditional structures, creating a unique and harmonious landscape. Modernizing, but holding on to its roots. Belizeans take great pride in their culture and traditions. Festivals, music, and dance are integral parts of life here, and they are celebrated with great enthusiasm. This balance of tradition and innovation makes Belize a fascinating place to visit and live. It's a work in progress, sure. Like any developing country, Belize faces its share of challenges. Infrastructure development is ongoing, and there are areas that still need improvement. But the progress is evident and the future looks promising. But hey, whose country isn't? Every nation has its ups and downs, and Belize is no different. What sets it apart is its resilience and the strong sense of community among its people. Belize is on a journey of growth and transformation, and it's exciting to see where it will go next. Section 6, Culture Stew. Where else can you find this? Belizean culture? It's a mixed bag. Literally, you've got Mayan influences, a dash of British colonialism, and a whole lot of Caribbean spice. They speak English, but also Creole, Spanish, Garifuna. It's like a linguistic party in your ear holes. The food? Don't even get me started. Rice and beans, fry jacks, seafood fresh from the ocean, and the fruit, mangoes, papayas. Grows on trees, basically. Section 7, Belize. Come for the history, stay for, well, everything. So there you have it, Belize. From ancient Mayans to modern-day marvels. It's a country with a past that's as rich as its rainforest and a future that's looking brighter than a toucan's beak. Come for the history, stay for the beaches, and the food, and the people. Just maybe not the humidity. Some things even independence can't fix.